G'day everyone, welcome back to Nat's Knackers Yard. I'll be Nat. This will be my Knackers Yard. This will be the as yet unnamed Super Dream. Now, as I mentioned on my last upload, I did cock up the unseizing by, well, I didn't because it's unseized, but what I didn't do was check that the valves were moving, that there was nothing else caught, etc, etc. I kind of banked on the fact that it was rust holding the pistons in around the cylinders. I think I'm right. I think I was right, but more by luck than judgment. So I'm going to whip that cover off, give it a couple of turns just to make sure, just to see if the valves are moving and see if I haven't ballsed anything up completely. I need to get the carbs off at some point as well, and I need to get the electric sorted. I have got a new starter relay. It doesn't work. Well, it doesn't work. It hasn't fixed it. I didn't think it would, but I certainly identified the previous starter solenoid was jammed and wasn't working at all. Little cheapy replacement one. It hasn't magically sparked it to life. I didn't think it would, but at least I've resolved one issue, which means I'm going to start looking at the switch gear, seeing if the button is actually connecting. There's no battery on at the moment. If the button's actually connecting at all, and just chase some wiring through. But first things first, I do want to check that I've not goosed it. So to get the carb off, having checked online, it is about taking the blocks out so there's actually enough room to maneuver. I have undone the bolts, but I just can't get it out. There's not enough space. Having checked online, it does seem that you get enough wiggle room if you take the support bracket off the top. So that's I'm going to get that off. I won't bother filming it. I'm undoing bolts. Right, carbs. Easiest thing in the world to get off on this. I don't know what you're making such a fuss about, Ryan. No, I do. It is an arseache. So I've obviously taken the stands off. They're over the back there. I took the boots off at that end just because I've got no manoeuvre space. I could drop the box, etc, etc, but I really didn't want to. And actually the book, I think, does say to do it this way, where you basically wedge a bit of space, take one of the manifolds off, wedge it the other way, do it the other way. But I can see why people get frustrated with taking these on and off, because they are a pain in the ass. So a quick view, what do we think? Ooh. Looks nice and clean inside actually. The screws there are a bit rusty, but it looks quite clean on the inside. Choke onto the side, all seems to be moving freely. Diaphragms, a little bit grindy, but actually, you know, I'm not going to take that apart today. I might do it in the evenings during the week and have a look, but fundamentally it don't look too bad. But more importantly, it's out of the way, so I've got a bit of space now. I've undone the bolts. I just need to work out how to manoeuvre that off. It might just be taking the bolt off and slide it backwards, because I haven't really got a lot of frame clearage space at the top. Don't forget where you put those. No, you are a fucking idiot. Yeah, I think my route is that way. Where's that gone? There we go. What are they, 10 mil? 12. I know this is a stupid thing to point out, but every screw, every bolt that I've taken off look a bit crappy on the top, but they're immaculate. They're clean on the inside, not immaculate. Don't be stupid, Nat. Obviously they're kept out of the way, so they probably are going to be pretty clean, but I haven't quite got enough space to pull back. Right, I'm not sure I can get that off without dropping the engine down, because I am hitting cables. But got enough to see. I think I'm just going to take the side casing off. Yeah, right, I'll get the side casing off so I can turn it over by hand, and then we'll see if we can see those valves move and see if I've goosed it. Right, success. It just took some wiggling and some shaking, and yeah, there's space but barely enough. It's pretty crappy on the top, but actually on the inside don't look too bad. But I've now got my lid off. Just going to take the side off and just make sure that everything turns as it should, and that I've hopefully got away with a bit of a cock up. Right, so that's you set up, staring at the valves, remembering to turn it the right way. Nope, match it the wrong way. I think we're all good. My cam chain's moving. Getting a kick out. Why is it getting that kick out? Oh well, that's what the cam stays there, I suppose, for. No valves stuck. Oil looks a bit milky, which is a bit weird. But I think everything is doing what it should. I could test them while yeah, well, let's piss around with the electrics first. But more importantly, I've not goosed my bike by unseizing it without checking that first. But acknowledge, thanks all, yeah, I should have had this lid off so that when I was trying to unseize it, I could just make sure that cam chain wasn't snapped or caught. Seems a bit loose, to be honest, but got no frame of reference at the moment. So I could check that none of the valves were seized and all is good. But I think I've got away with it, and I do actually have a cam chain stay, it appears, on both sides on this, so that probably helped me out from winding it the wrong way too. So double save. But no, fair point, people, and a definite proof that I'm still working out what the hell I'm doing. I probably need to do a little bit more research before I get my spanners out. Right, so we're happy. Let's see if I can sort out or work out why this electrics isn't playing. I'm going to start with the switch gears just to see if I'm missing something there. Right, I've had a quick look in the switch gear and I can't see anything obvious. There's no obvious breaks or cuts or anything like that. One of the other things I did wrong on the last one was trying to check out this fuse box by putting one on each side, which was stupid. I think I can see where that's wrong, because that's not actually, there is no contact there, as in the fuse is waggling around. So what I had just worked on was putting the negative on a negative rather than on each side of the fuse like a dipstick. Sorry, I've got Hudson going in one ear on the Dirty Garage live stream, so I nearly called it a retarded way of doing it. Just setting up the earth on the earth of the battery. Have a test. Let's see if I can get better ice. See if that's better. Yeah. Right. So I've got my earth set up on the earth.
They're such a sweet dog.
Want to say hello? Go on, lady. Go on, say hello. Say hello to me. Sorry, that's the dog being a star as usual. Right, where was I? Right, so I'm on the neutral. What I was trying to do was get you so that you could actually see what the hell I'm doing. Right, so let's try and check this out a little bit. There we go. Right, so bike is on. So 12 on that side. Nothing on this side, so I think that's my problem. I'm not getting anything off the lighting circuits either, which is slightly weird. Let me just check my earth again. That's fine. So getting power on that side, not on that side. I think that gap's too wide. I think the fuse box is just a bit wanky. Right, I'm going to give that fuse box a bit of a clean out, I think, just see if that's going to help me, because I think it's just all a bit inconsistent. So I've got the starter solenoid that I now know works. I need to sort this out so I know it works, and then carry on going, I think. Right, I've had a play with the old fuse box. It is better, but it's not great, but it is passing current through it now. Now the problem, I don't know what the problem is. Obviously it's got no power at the moment because I'm just pulled it out. I'm not even getting the horn, and I know that's a well-established problem with men of a certain age and all of that, but that is goosed. So is it not working because the horn don't work? All I've got is a big air horn thingy. It'll do for now. So that obviously works. So on the bike, let's get power to the bike. Starter's not plugged in yet, but power on. I'm not getting power through the bike. And that's not in park, that's in. I'm getting my semi indicators on. Yeah, all very odd. I need to do some more electric chasing, I think. Right, so I'm slightly fucked, ladies and jelly spoons. I've had a play with the indicators because they've got power. Swap the bulbs over, bulbs work. Put my multimeter on the cables. It's getting power on the switch. Sorry, on the switch, from the switch to the wire. There's something wrong between, that connector and there for that one. They're not flashing because It's only got one set of indicators, and I'm not convinced the flasher relay works either. That's getting power. I'm convinced the rest of it isn't, so I don't think it's an issue with the switch. There's an issue getting power to it. I'll put the rocker cover back on just to keep the dust and crap out more than anything else, because I'm getting frustrated, so I'm going to have to push it away. What could it be, people? I haven't ripped the fuse box out. I know it's dodgy, but for the moment it seems to be playing. I do now seem to have a neutral light. I can't change gear. I did get a gear lever and I have installed it, but I'm not changing gear. I might try tightening up the clutch cable, actually, see if it's just not taking enough bite off. But I do have a neutral light, which I haven't had before. I'm going to have a little bit of a play and then do a wrap up, because this is just fucking annoying me. Looking more closely at the clusterfuckery of wire. So coming from the switchgear, I have two bodges. Bodges? Oh, they're factory. They're coming out the back of the switchgear end. That looks fine beyond there. Or fine, it's still wrapped. Don't know if that's original wrap or not. There are a few like bleed cables off that I don't have plugged into anything. That's an indicator, that's an indicator, ignore those. That's an earth to the headlight. Everything else seems fine. I mean, I've got a slightly random, oh no, sorry, the double earth is for the headlight casing. But there's nothing drastic there. I just don't know. Right. I'm fucking spent. I hate electrics. I don't know what I'm doing at the best of the time. Electrics are worse. I've had a bit of a fuck around. I've now lost my indicators. I'm getting nothing from that at all. I may have burnt it out by cross wiring something. I don't fucking know. Help.